All right, we're going to welcome in our next guest, James Tito DeWolf. He's a local musician. He's got a new album out, and I love this. Tito, welcome into First at 4.
Thank you so much for having me. I really appreciate it.
Talk about your new album, which is really all about the relationship that you have formed with a client of yours.
Yeah, it's John. We call him John.
Okay.
I've worked with him almost 6 years now, 5 days a week. So we've gotten very close. That's why it says he's my best bud here. And every song on here is written and drives specifically from our personal relationship, so inside jokes. I can give you an example. Years before I wrote the album or even thought of it, we'd always see two geese, maybe at the Mill Creek Mall, and I always call them Jerry and Gary Geese. So he'd kind of laugh, and then we'd go to the peninsula, and I'd say, how did these geese get here? We're going 45 miles an hour? And he would laugh. So there's now a song on here called Jerry and Gary Geese about two geese that follow us around all day. So, and every song's kind of like that.
How excited? Oh, we're going to listen a little bit.
Sometimes the best friends you'll ever have. Well, they call them different, they call them special, but they're just your friends.
Best bud. I love it. And there's you're getting a little picture there of John. Is he on the album?
You can hear him at the very end. Yeah. At the very end, we do a song, and you can hear him kind of saying, "See you tomorrow," because it's sort of a concept like a musical day in the life of him and I. So at the end of every day, we drop him off.
And what does he think about this project?
He loves it. He knows every word to the every lyric on it. He can finish any line. It's a really unique situation because he's verbal but not verbal enough to go home and explain it to his parents.
Okay.
So he was very much a part of that process. He would be excited. I'd be playing him demos of songs and whatnot. I'd be excited to do it. And he was really excited about it, but he couldn't go home and explain it. So it created this kind of surreal situation where for years I was working on it and his parents didn't know about it. And I had to have him over and say, I got this thing to present you. I hope you like it, and everybody's crying, and it was just
great. This really is physical proof of the relationship that can bond, and I'm sure that happens every day at the Barber National Institute. But what do some of our viewers not know about the work that you do?
I think maybe just how rewarding it is, and honestly, I think that's the message of the album. I'm hoping that our friendship can teach people, kids, and just people in general, not just kids. There's a song called Different Isn't Bad, Everyone Needs a Friend. It's the title track. Kind of goes, different isn't bad, sometimes the best friends you'll ever have. Call them different, they call them special, but they're just your friends. And that's kind of the message of the album. If you're kind, if you're inclusive, everybody wins. If they win, you also win.
I love it. Cheesy pizza. We've got Elbows Part 1 and Elbows Part 2.
You need some elbow room when you're together?
Well, that's one of the things he specifically says. He likes to, instead of high fives, he likes to do elbows.
Oh, elbow, okay.
And I thought it was good, especially in the pandemic.
Sure. It's
great. It's better than high fives.
Yeah. Tito, talk about where folks can get a listen to this and also buy this album.
You can go to everyoneneedsafriendalbum.com. You can listen to all the songs up there for free.
Wow.
If you go to Inside the Songs, click the Inside the Songs tab, you can see the lyrics, you can listen to the songs. You can even see how each song individually, specifically, goes back to our relationship.
And some of the proceeds from sales of this album will go back to the Barber National Institute.
Right. There are physical copies of the CD available on the website, and 10% of those proceeds will be donated back in John's name.
Oh, that's wonderful. I've enjoyed listening and hearing the stories. Thanks so much for being here.
Thank you so much.
Thanks for all the work that you do
Thank you.
over at the Barber National Institute.